It's very hard to find great musicians that have the same taste. To feel such a deep connection, that's very rare.
This is about true connection between two human beings. I think that we are bringing two different sides, but something that creates something that actually unifies towards one. There was a lot of moments that were very difficult. There's no magic. It doesn't take a day or two or a year. It takes probably all life.
The first time I heard them, I was absolutely astounded. I couldn't believe it, that they had such a similar taste. Their friendship is really remarkable. And then when you listen to them together, you look at their faces, you look at their eyes, their eye contact. I've never seen it anywhere else with two musicians.
Of course, it's not very common to play classical music because I come from a Palestinian culture. We have our Oriental Arabic music, but somehow I did fall in love with the classical music.
في مرة بجيل 7 سنين بشارة كان رحنا حضرنا كونسرت وقعد كل الوقت وهو بده يسمع بده هذا. بس روحنا على البيت ولا بقول لأبوه بدي أروح أتعلم بيانو.
I heard the piano and I remember telling my father that I really like. I also remember that people were clapping and I was like, okay, I want that also.
The teacher said, "Oh, come on, he is a little boy." Meanwhile, he sat at the piano and started to play. And the teacher looked at him. "Did you teach him?" I said, "No." He finished the book, like 6, 7 lessons, in one lesson. I told his mother, "We'll starve." Because musicians usually live poorly.
It sort of like chooses you in a way because like you're a kid, so you don't know anything as a 9, 10-year-old, you know. You only know what people tell you or something, but I already started playing concerts and solo concerts. Then when I was 11, I was invited to play and represent Israel. When your family and your friends are all like talking about you and as something in a piano, you know, so then you know that you're sort of like a pianist.
It was not always easy for us parents. There's a legend that red-haired kids have quite a special temperament. But Yaron proved that this is not a legend, but it's true. Very, sometimes rebellious, independent, thinking out of the box.
I went to study in Juilliard School of Music, and when I came back, I was recruited to the Jerusalem Symphony. I became the concertmaster. Yaron was a bit stubborn. You know, my husband would say that he is like me. I don't know if it was a compliment or not.
I always knew about Yaron, and I always admired him as a musician. And first time we met, actually, we were in Jerusalem. I heard him playing, and we said hi, nothing more.
We know each other for at least, 25 years. We attended each other's lessons, each other's concerts. But you grew up being afraid of the people that live across the street. That was like part of the thing with Bishara. It's like actually the first time they ever spoke to an Arab person, which is ridiculous.
And we kept in like seeing each other once in maybe a year or something, not too much.
And then back in 2008, I was invited to play a concert with the title of Peace. I said, oh, I know this great guy, you know, who's an Arab, and that he's a wonderful pianist, and I think it could be very interesting if we try to play together. Already from the very first moment, there was some kind of energy, synergy. Then when we came to the concert, it was a packed hall, and the audience went crazy. They loved us. And of course, we are artists, and the feeling we give the audience, I mean, we're very sensitive towards it. So we really felt, thanks to that as well, that there was something very special there. And then we decided to shift and really do the duo as our primary career path. And we started really working meaning not only working musically, we actually were living in the same apartment building in Berlin. We had a studio there with 2 pianos, and we stayed up nights and we talked and we were fighting and arguing.
Of course, we come from different backgrounds, but I don't like to give up. When I do something, I really like to do it as well as I can, as good as I can.
I was used to playing my way, and suddenly 2 pianos, they sound sort of like the same, and suddenly somebody is playing with me, but he has his own way. So it was a very interesting time when we were putting this together. Oh, we have to listen to each other and create something new out of this.
We were practicing sometimes 10 hours a day, and he's listening for 10 hours, and he's telling me his honest opinion, that of course he's a great musician. When somebody listens from outside and tell you every time what he thinks, you learn so much. Now when I think about it, my greatest teacher is Yaron.
We spoke about a lot of things. We used to get very, maybe sometimes hurt by it or upset by it. And then later you actually are trying to understand, why did I get upset? When you grow up, you see only our side. Meeting Bishara is like powerful to me, to hear all sort of things, because I wouldn't even want to listen to another side of this, because it's like our reality, this is our reality, and this is the true way. But no, there are many truths, actually. It depends who you ask. There was a lot of moments that were very difficult. But with time, with a lot of work, we managed to find a sort of like language and understanding on stage and off stage that is a very, very unique connection. Then we started getting more and more concerts. In the beginning it was more like in Germany and then later around the world. And our career sort of like started developing and we started getting very significant invitations. And I kept playing concerts and the relationship has grown to become even stronger. I think that the most different thing that we have is that Bishara is always 2-3 years ahead of me. He sometimes doesn't give a damn and he just goes with what he thinks is right.
This is my apartment. I mean, it's almost empty now because I'm leaving. I felt that I want to be with my parents and give them love as much as possible. But now it's time for me to go on.
We'll miss you.
I will miss you too.
أنا لحد هسه مش مصدقة إنكم بدكم تضلكوا غاد يعني.
لا أكيد
لا.
غاد بيت لا خلص لقينا محل لنا.
بصدر أوكي بس أنا يعني مش متخيلة إنه هيك تتركوا يعني خلص. عشان هيك كل مرة بسألك متأكد إنك بدك تطلع ولا بدكش تطلع؟ كل مرة بسألك نفس السؤال.
ما عشت بأوروبا وعشت بكتب محلك شو قد الفرقة يعني
بالفرق.
لا مش مفرقة بس هون يعني محل ما خلقت أنت إحنا هون موجودين.
For us, that he is not here, it is hard. Personally, I say I don't feel his absence as much as she does. Because his music keeps him at home.
Many people think I'm probably leaving because of all the wars and all the troubles, and this is absolutely not the reason. But basically, the conflict is there all the time. It's just people focus on it when it's on the news more, or something terrible happened, or somebody died, or some war started.
There's always tension in the street here. To grow up in Jerusalem in the 80s and 90s and 2000s, everybody has some stories, some horror stories too. When I was a teenager, we had 3 favorite cafes that were sort of like one next to the other. I met a friend of mine one evening. We said, okay, where should we go? Should we go to that cafe over there? So we decided to go to the cafe on the right side. And then we were sitting down and 15 minutes later, we hear a crazy explosion. And it was actually it was a Café Hillel, and I think 10 or 12 people were killed in this explosion.
When Yaron went to school, there was always a worry that they should get home safely. And, you know, against this background, you come home and we're starting to debate exactly how to play a particular phrase of Chopin, of Mozart, which is as far away as you can get from the reality outside. So you have this dichotomy. You have this quite brutal sometimes reality outside, and you have here, on the other hand, the most sublime kind of inward-looking music. The fact that Yaron and Bishara could grow as artists, as musicians, within this kind of reality is nothing short of amazing. And so I don't know how they did it.
Once I remember we were in a concert for Bishara in Jerusalem, and two ladies sitting behind me. Wow, he is an Arab. They cannot find a Jew to play? After he played, all the audience stood up clapping, including the two old women. And they said, wow, do we have another pianist in Israel like this? I told him, this is my son. Oh, we are sorry. You are blessed. You have a wonderful, wonderful son.
The fact that they come from, on the one hand, the same country, on the other hand, from two really opposing camps, unfortunately, and the fact that they can come together like that, and not only play together well, but also they have the same emotions. I can see it in their eyes. They have the same deep feeling. I think this is the kind of music playing and friendship, despite all the horrendous things that are going on in our world. This is what gives hope.
Bishara came home once and told me, I am playing with a friend, a Jewish friend, and we want a name for our team. He came to me, what do you think about Duo Amal? I liked it because it has a very special meaning. It is hope.